So, I did this project on my 14 Chevrolet Silverado, and I'm going to show you what I did, let you know some of the issues that I ran into. I'm going to try to recall bolt sizes and everything. What it is I bought an add-a-leaf for my truck, add-a-leaf kit for my truck, because I wanted to lift the ass end, or the back end, sorry, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Add-a-leaf also gives you the ability to haul more stuff. So in doing so, I found I'm gonna have to look at the video to see how this came out. I found that on the passenger side. It wasn't even like that. It was straight up like that. So, and that's the passenger side leaf spring hanger. It's the driver's side leaf spring hanger. Both shackles actually were not bad at all, but I decided to install new leaf spring hanger and new shackles. Funny thing is, when you decide you want to change out the leaf spring hanger, you can only buy one of them online. It doesn't come as a kit, two. And it's not driver's side or passenger side specific. You can see the holes all gnarled up. I mean, look at this hole here. But yet, go to order shackles, and they come in a kit. Now, I did get some cheap Amazon stuff, but I figure, you know what? It's steel. How bad can it be? Same thing with, I got these from Amazon. I got the shackles from another place called Mountain Spring or Truck Spring or something like that. I didn't get those on Amazon because all I found on Amazon were drop shackles, and I think I found a lift shackle, and I don't want to drop my truck. So, and you can see, I'll go underneath and I'll point this out to you. I've seen many videos as far as removing these, and we're going to go through that. What it is this spot, you can see the circle. This spot is bolted, and it's actually like a bumper bolt, right? So when I took this off on both sides, and my bumper almost fell off, I figured out why. These are all riveted, okay? And this is on both of them, okay? You can see, got the circle there, okay? So what I did is I had to cut this, and I'll go underneath and I'll show you. Now, when I saw the videos on these, there was nothing about cutting this. I don't know if the videos I was watching was not for 14. The new shackles don't have this. They're just, it looks just like that. The new shackles do. Or, sorry, leaf spring hangers look just like this, minus this portion here. So anyways, what I did is I ground all this down. You can see all the grain marks. I grounded it down, okay? And I got a big, like a breaker bar or whatever, and I was able to shove my breaker bar like right up here, and right up here. And I was able to just pop it off. And then I ground the rivets down on the frame. All the videos showed me that you could just knock it out with like a center punch and a sledge. I ended up having to use a torch for, or not, I'm sorry, not a torch, an air hammer. I picked up an air hammer at Harbor Freight for like $15. So I was able to knock all of the 1, 2, 3 of the 6 rivets. I was able to knock out 4 of them pretty easily. The last 2 would not come out, so I ended up hitting them with my MAP gas torch. Get it? I don't know, like 2 minutes or so. I got it hot, and I used the air hammer. The air hammer knocked everything out. Now, if you'll notice, my truck doesn't have a receiver. That's because I had to pull it down. Now, you might be able to do this if you just loosen the receiver hitch, but do yourself a favor. Just take the receiver off. And we'll go look at my receiver in my dirty garage. Okay. So, you can see 1, 2, those are nuts and bolts. There's actually a bolt through the frame, and then there's a nut on the underside. Right, I think it's right here is another bolt. There's some little, oh, hey, by the way, if you can remove your spare tire, do it. It's going to make it a lot easier. This and this, these were 13 millimeter, and they thread down like this. I think, I didn't look, but I think that's for that also is for the bumper. And again, it's easier to get to if you remove the spare tire. See, all the videos I saw had the 3 here, okay, and there was 1 here, like right here. That's not a bolt. That's just a hole for whatever. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course 6 on the other side. And you see this, okay? That also has some there's a bracket. I'll show you the bracket. It goes through the frame. This is the bracket right here. Goes through the frame, and you put the nuts on it, you torque it down. So let's get up underneath. So anyways, I'm sorry, before we get up underneath, I started this project wanting to do an addle leaf, and when I got up underneath, that's when I saw this and thought to myself, oh no. So I ordered this. I ordered 2 hangers. I ordered 2 shackles, and my truck's got 140,000 on it, so I decided I'm going to go ahead and do the shocks as well. So, and of course the shocks are going to be the very last thing to get well, the shocks will get installed before the receiver does, but the shocks are the last component of the suspension system to get installed. You can see I've already done an addle leaf on this side. Okay. New center bolt, and I've got that all torqued down. So let's go. Actually, I don't even really. Actually, yes, we're going to go underneath. Oh. Oh, stupid son. Okay, see, that's the piece. It's welded to the frame, so I had to cut it off. This bolt, because you saw that split was pretty much right here, actually right around where the hole is. So I replaced this, and see, the factory, the bolt goes from the inside out. These, I just got some Lowe's bolts and a lock nut and stuff. I wasn't about to spend $5 for this, for one of these. So I got these at Lowe's. I forget what I paid, but you can see. And then there's that top bolt. So I didn't even use. You saw the other bolts that I had. The most difficult thing I had with putting this on is getting a wrench back here so that I could torque down the bolt. Impact here, wrench here. And by the way, if this is something you're going to tackle, be prepared to be snowed on by mud. I don't know if you can see that. That's from under my truck. There's those bolt holes. So it is for the bumper. There's some more receiver hitch bolts. Oh, Now, let's go look at the shock. The shock's actually really easy to do. Oh. So, you can see there's the bottom bracket, right? Bolt and nut. Then it goes up to there, and that's just got a bolt in it. So it's got two eyes at either end. My other truck had an eye down here. My Tundra had an eye down here, and like a stud went through a flange up top. But anyways, I was able to easily get this with an impact. The other side, not so much, because the exhaust is in the way. When you, if you're gonna do the out of leaf, I'm sorry. If you're gonna do the out of leaf, you're gonna want to take this bolt out right here, because this is for your parking brake, and you actually have to disconnect the. You're gonna remove the U-bolts, and you're gonna disconnect the axle from the leaves. Of course, you clamp it down with C-clamps, and I'm not going to go over a video on that. That's already been covered. But yeah. But yeah, I got everything bolted in. The only thing I have left to do, aside from my two shocks, is I got to do an out of leaf here. Okay. You can see the exhaust kind of gets in the way, and that was probably the biggest issue I had here. But yeah, it's all bolted in, and I thought it'd be slick. I bolted the shackle to the hanger before I put it in, and when you you can see that little ridge. I had to bend that a little bit, because to get that top bolt out, which as I recall is a 19 or 21, to get that out, you can put a wrench on it on this end, and then you can use your actually no, you can't use your impact on this end, because there's not enough room in here. At least I couldn't get it. So anyways, but you can see the bolt slides this way. Okay, so what I did is, instead when I was going to remove it, I had to jack. After I had this disconnected, I jacked it up and smashed that top ribbing area, if you will, and I barely got that top bolt out. That bolt right there, barely got that out. But when I went to put it in, I just dropped it down, and I was able to play with it and get it in down here. And then, as you can see, I was able to bolt these in. And this also, you can see I've got the factory bolt up there, and then again bolt and a nut on the other side, and I got the same thing over on this side. So yeah, it's, with the exception of putting in this out of leaf and my two shocks, I'm done. I'm golden. So I just wanted to let you know about the issues I ran into. That's that center pin. That's a 15 millimeter. Of course, as I recall, these are 22 millimeter, and I think the nuts for the U-bolts, I think those are 22 millimeter, and I think those for the hanger and the shackles, I believe those are 21 millimeter. That down on bottom, the one I replaced, that's actually a 3/4. And the kit I got for the hangers, this right here, I think that was like a 17 or 15 millimeter. So just wanted to give you a heads up what kind of stuff you can look forward to. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can see all the dirt that came out from underneath my truck, and I've got some more here that I got to sweep up. But with the exception of the shocks and the one addle leaf, I'm done. Hopefully this new setup will give me about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of lift in the rear end. I'm not trying to lift my truck, but I just want it. I like the raked look, and this truck had it was sitting level, even with this broken shackle here. It was sitting level, and you can see. Oh, this used to be a work truck. And you can see the plate right there. Okay, so I don't know if they had some weight on there and it broke. But the weird thing is, it's not rusted. None of this was. I mean, you got your standard rust. Oh, speaking of rust, when I did air hammer the rivets out for the hanger, okay, I went ahead and I put 2 coats of Rust-Oleum flat black primer on there, just to for some protection, just a little bit of protection. I mean, it's covered up, it's probably and they're torqued down nice and tight. I don't expect any water to get in there, but I still have it protected. And one more thing, like right here on the old one, okay, there was just so much gunk, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh crap, these are welded on. They are not. So anyways, that's what I have going on. If you're going to be doing something like this on your truck, someone that's going to be doing something like this on their truck. I think, like I said, this is a 14 Chevy. I think like 14 to 18 or 14 to current is all the exact same. But my understanding is that this procedure with the hangers and the shackles, it should all be generally the same, I think. Same thing with the addle leaf. But yeah, there's some videos on putting in an addle leaf. That's how I learned how to do this, and the instructions say the exact same thing. So anyways, that's what I got going on. Again, if you know someone who's doing this, if you're doing this, if it'll help you, great. Go ahead and feel free to give me a thumbs up. Let the community know that I'm doing good, making these videos. It's kind of educational. And also, like I say in all my videos, I've always got content coming out, and it's not always gearhead related or grease monkey related. I've got all kinds of different videos. So if you want to know what my next video is, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, and let the community know that I'm doing a good job. Otherwise, until next time, that's it for now. Thank you. Bye.